The following is a meeting between John O'Neill and California Senator Dianne Feinstein. John is a student in a graduate nursing program and a member of the fictional organization Advanced Practice Registered Nursing Student Association. The issue that John is advocating against is the criminal prosecution of nurses for medical errors and enhancing safety measures in the nursing workplace. There are no current bills in the United States Senate that directly address the criminal prosecution of nurses, but the bill, Nurse Staffing Standards for Hospital Patient Safety and Quality Care Act of 2019, does address workplace safety and prevention of putting nurses in situations in which they are more likely to commit medical errors. Thank you, Senator Feinstein, for meeting with me this morning. My name is John O'Neill. The work you have done in supporting the healthcare industry has been valuable to the citizens of California and the whole of the United States. I appreciate the time you have taken in meeting with my colleagues and myself.
Certainly, it is my pleasure to meet you as well. As you may know, I am passionate about healthcare and the well-being of the citizens of California and the United States.
I am a registered nurse, and I belong to the Advanced Practice Registered Nursing Student Association. We are a group of students who advocate for the betterment of the working conditions of nurses and the improvement of the overall treatment of patients in the United States and internationally.
That is wonderful that you are a group of students who are so active in taking part in the legislature of our government. Nurses are so important to this country, and I do stand behind supporting the needs of our healthcare professionals.
The Advanced Practice Registered Nursing Student Association has helped to bring together nurses from all different areas of the profession. We find that this diversity is our strength. I personally come from a background in home health and hospice nursing, and I have some history working on a stroke unit as well as a heart attack unit in the hospital. One of my colleagues works with newborn babies in the ICU. Another nurse we work with has a background working in a cardiologist's office. We all work together to identify common issues that are affecting the nursing and healthcare industry. One of these issues that we have identified is how nurses are treated when they make a mistake on the job. Nurses must be held to a high standard as the function of their job is so important to society. However, nurses are human, and every nurse will make an unintentional mistake at some point in their career. Recently, there have been some cases where nurses have even been tried in court as criminals for mistakes they have made where there was no ill intent or negligence identified. Many nurses work 12-hour shifts, back to back, with many different types of patients and often don't have any time to take breaks. We currently have a shortage of nurses in the United States, and the demand for nurses is rising as the baby boomer generation is entering their golden years. Situations like high-stress working environments, understaffing, increased likelihood for human error, and criminal charges against nurses are deterring people from wanting to get into the field of nursing. This may result in a huge crisis in healthcare in the United States.
I can see how the current situation in the United States needs serious improvement in how we treat our nurses. This ultimately determines how we will be treated when we become their patients. Is there something I can do to help?
Well, as we have discussed, there are several issues that affect the safety of the working environment for both nurses and patients. The issue of criminal prosecution of nurses for medical errors is an important one. There are no current bills in the Senate that are tackling this issue. However, we at the Advanced Practice Registered Nursing Student Association feel that if we can tackle issues that make mistakes more likely to happen, we can help nurses and patients preemptively. There is a bill in committee right now that may be able to help nurses and patients. Senate Bill 1357, Nurse Staffing Standards for Hospital Patient Safety and Quality Care Act of 2019. This bill is currently co-sponsored by your peer, Senator Kamala Harris. This bill will go a long way to ensuring that nurses have a safe number of patients to care for when they are working. When nurses have too many patients, they are more prone to making mistakes that have the potential to harm patients and this puts the nurse at risk for criminal prosecution. This bill would help to federally regulate nurse-patient ratios. Currently, our state of California does have legally mandated ratios, but many states do not. We have set a great example for the rest of the country, but there is more work to do. We are asking you to support this bill along with Senator Harris so that we can promote the best and most high-quality care for the people of the United States.
This bill seems like it really could help the overall well-being of the nursing field and the safety of the people in this country. I will have a talk with Senator Harris about the merits of this bill and see if I can do my part. I am really concerned about the state of health care in this country, and I know that this is also a primary concern of my constituents.
That would be so wonderful, Senator Feinstein. I can see that you do have a strong interest in the well-being of our healthcare system. This is my one page.
Thank you.
This contains the information for the Advanced Practice Registered Nursing Student Association, and also has our contact information and some other valuable information related to the issues we have discussed today. I want to thank you again for the opportunity you have given me to meet with you. Please feel free to reach out to our organization if you ever have any questions related to nursing or healthcare.
Thank you, John. It was wonderful meeting with you, and I know that we can all play our part in helping to ensure a safe and just working environment for our nurses as well as other healthcare workers.